project and the people that were driving this project. And as a result of that ridiculous effort, I got invited to live in the Crone house while this entire property was empty. And I said, you know, I'd rather live here when the lofts are built. It seems more comfortable, but the city didn't want to listen to that. So I moved into the Crone house with 4 of my dearest friends. We had a gallery there that we named after the leather shop called the Dead Cow Leather Shop. We called it the Dead Cow Gallery, which we had for 3 years. And in my infinite wisdom, I had started First Friday with Chip in 2004, which was very downtown centric. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. That's Laura. I was afraid that in those days people thought it was too far to come from downtown to the Tannery. So I convinced the mayor of Santa Cruz to buy me a bus so we could move people around. And we bought a bus, we painted it like a cow. That's what I do. Don't ask me why. And Sven's gonna have something to say about this. And we drove people around on First Friday, and people seem to love driving around in a cow bus on First Friday. And as a result of that cow bus, the whole First Friday thing grew, and the Tannery became kind of like the principal stop. This is where it started, this is where it ended. So people would end First Friday here at the Tannery at the Dead Cow Gallery and stay here far too long, like 5, 6 in the morning. Far longer than should have ever happened. But I just want to share these stories with you because I'm not trying to promote anything. I'm just trying to let you know what an amazing history this place has. In 2009, I moved into these lofts. I've lived there for almost 7 years. And one of the fascinating things about the Tannery that you should all know, and these lights are way too bright, even for actors. When everybody first moved in here, what was interesting is I met all these artists who, many of them were from Santa Cruz, who had lived for a long time in single-family dwellings. They had never lived in a community like this. And this was a very rare experience for them. So in the very early stages of the Tannery, it was a difficult adjustment. People being so close to each other, the privacy issues, there were lots of issues like that. But what I noticed in about month 4 was that one of the things about artists, whether they're musicians or they're painters or they're dancers, they tend to kind of live in their own world, and then they partner when it's appropriate to partner. What all of a sudden happened is the speed of communication between artists happened so quickly because people were bumping into each other in the parking lot, in the elevator, and so it went from kind of a cautious way of interacting with artists, people that they might not see for several months, to seeing them every day. And so my experience of the Tannery, once we came online with the 2 lofts, and then 2 years later the studios and now the theater, the speed of communication amongst artists has been accelerating. And this is what I found fascinating. Artists want to be around other artists. They want to partner with each other. They want to do things. So we've seen everybody from Linda Cover, who's right behind you, to so many people, Jeffrey Nelson. I mean, the list goes on and on and on, of Tannery artists that have seized the moment, taken, you know, the reins of that networking, which is here on a daily basis. Stephanie Shriver, thank you very much. And that is unusual. It's unusual in the 21st century. It was unusual in the 20th century. So I guess the one thing I want to leave all of you with, we can all speak about specific things that we do here, but to me the thing that is most important about the Tannery is the camaraderie that has evolved here over time. The early, you know, everybody was a little bit suspicious of each other, little bit competitive, not too much. But today there's this, it's almost an understood way of dealing with things, that what we do is we like being around other artists. And, you know, ArtSpace understood this profoundly when they invested in this property along with the city of Santa Cruz. So I just want to share with you, I'm so stoked to have all of you here to meet all of our great friends and activists. And Michelle, we're happy to have you on campus. But that, at the core of art, it's a social thing. I mean, that is the most fundamental part of what you do in your life, is how you are in this world and how you are with other people. So I've had a great experience here. To me, it's all about the cows, but that's another story. Thanks, Matt.